We hang up and I sit on my bed for a minute thinking, this really threw me for a loop. I pick up the cordless phone again to check the caller ID, grab my book bag to get a pen and paper. I don't know what I did with that paper Sinner gave me that had his number on it. I write down the number he called from and I call it back. It rings a bunch of times, and as I'm about to hang up, a male voice answered. Shit, I didn't even think about if Saint answered. Hello, the voice says again because I blinked and I didn't answer. Hi, sorry, may I speak to Sincere, please? I try my best not to sound so much like myself. The person pauses before answering me like they were trying to figure out who I was. He just went to the store. Who's this? I started to say I was Kiana, but then if someone tells Justin, I'm still not sure who's speaking to me on the other end. It doesn't sound like Saint, and quite possibly whoever this is will ask Sinner why I'm calling before they go and tell Tavio anyway. Plus, I'm not calling being sneaky or funny, so I reply, Summer? Oh. The male voice pauses before speaking again. I'll tell him to call you back. Should only be a few minutes. He just went to the store. Okay, thank you. We hang up, and of course, my mind is back to thinking, what the hell? I want to call Claudia, but I need to find out more information first. She told me about Tavio, and now she's telling Sinner. What? I've never said anything about Sinner. The phone starts ringing, and it scares me because I was deep into thought. I look at the caller ID, and it shows no caller ID on the screen. I could have swore I put that block so that your number had to show. Hello. May I speak to Molly Newton? A male voice says, sounding stern. She's not here. Who's speaking? Thanks, he says quickly and hangs up. That was rude. What the hell is going on with that? Something strange is definitely in the air. Gotta be. I pick up the remote and start flipping through the channels in an attempt to clear my mind for a minute. As I'm flipping the channels, I see there's a Martin marathon on. I love this show. I catch one of my favorite episodes from the beginning and just lay in my bed with the phone close by. Just as the episode is ending, I hear a knock at my door. I started not to get up, but after a few minutes, they knock again. Now I motion toward the door, but not really rushing. I wasn't expecting anyone. I can't imagine who this is anyway. Who? I say as they knock again. Kiana! I hear from the other side of the door and I open the door. What's the sinner say? She says before I can even say anything. He was at the store, I say while closing the door. Okay, call back. I don't want to seem pressed. Whoever it was said he would call me back. We start walking toward my room. I'm telling you, I think Claudia is on some sneaky shit. She been so upset. Tavio had never dissed you. I got played. I closed my room door behind me. Nah, we don't really know what happened. He said Shorty came out his house. Don't mean he fucked her some. That nigga was so up your ass. I shrugged my shoulders. And I wasn't fucking him, Key. At this point, that breakup, I'm good. I never want to be a part of Tavio again. I shake my head in disbelief. There's a little silence between us, and we both kind of glance at the TV, just watching Martin. Just as Kiana was about to say something, the phone rings again. Sin? She asks. I shake my head no. Hello? Summer? Hey. Kiana is watching intently to see who's on the other line. You busy? The voice asks. Nah, sitting with Kiana watching Martin. What's up? Kiana mouths, who's that? I mouth back, Ymir. Kiana smirks and mouths, okay. I laugh quietly and she puts her ear close to the phone so she can hear also. I nudge her a little bit with my elbow because she's almost sitting on my lap. I just called to, check on you, he says almost with a stutter. He sounded kind of nervous also. Check on me? I question, sounding a little puzzled. These conversations always sound better in my head before they leave my mouth. I start to chuckle. I mean, I am okay. How are you? Better, now that we spoke. Kiana looks at me and mouths smooth. Okay, macaroni, I reply, which causes everyone to laugh. I slap Kiana's shoulder and push her away because she is treating this like a three-way call. Nah, you know I like you, Summer. Just as I was about to reply, he speaks again. I heard you single. Oh? Oh. He sounds confused. Just wondering who or why this was even brought up. My tone is normal, but I didn't leave too much room to let his mind wander about the statement either. I think Lauren's behind this. I saw Lauren, and she told me you were single and to save you from Maurice. He replies with a slight chuckle, trying to lighten the mood. I start laughing. Can always rely on Lauren. You mad? He asks. No. Yeah, I'm single. My tone was still even, but again, not leaving anything open for interpretation. If he wants to say something, he's going to have to do it. No reading between the lines. Kiana looks like she's struggling to follow the conversation since I made her move. She keeps mouthing what he say. I roll my eyes playfully. You think we could go out sometimes, like a movie or something? Just as the question leaves his mouth, my line beeps, and before I answer Ymir, I pull the phone back to see what numbers pop up. My eyes get wide. Yeah, we could do that, but let me call you back. He sounds kind of disappointed and says, Oh, okay. Okay. I click the line over. The suspense of everything is about to have Kiana melt into a puddle. She mouths, Who is that? Hello, I say into the receiver. Summer. Yeah, it's Sin. Kiana must have heard because her eyes got wide too. My brother told me you called. I pause before I answer. Your brother? Yeah, my older brother, Mustard. Oh, I sound kind of nervous. He's not going to say anything to Saint or Tavior. I let out a sigh of relief. I still have no idea what the hell we need to talk about anyway. But imagine Tavior hearing Summer called Sinner. Let's not even imagine. Yeah, so I'm not sure why I called, he continues. Okay. I sound even more confused. Nah, because Claudia really been on some shit lately, and I can't fill out if she's on some shit or being legit. Shit like what? Y'all not cool no more. We are, but I haven't been over there or spoken to her for real since that night. Whatever happened with you and Tay anyway? Y'all not cool no more, I counter. Sincere starts to laugh. Kiana looks like she's going to pass out from not knowing what's happening. She keeps trying to hear what's being said, but I won't let her get close to me. I start laughing and try to keep quiet, but I didn't do a good enough job. You busy? He asked. We are clearly just going to ask questions with no replies here. Try to throw the conversation back to, well, the purpose of the call. He starts laughing. Kiana mouths, What is he saying? As if I can answer her right now. I roll my eyes and wave my hand at her playfully. She mouths, Oh my god. Nah. Me and Tay cool. That nigga was drunk as a skunk. You got my nigga head fucked up. I suck my teeth. Okay? I promise you. What reason do I have to lie? That's your homeboy. Yeah, and I'm on the phone with his ex-girl that he was ready to shoot up an entire block over. I start laughing. He don't need to drink. So, what happened with you and Tay? Whatever he told you. I replied just as quickly as he finished the question. Kiana mouths, He's asking about Tay? I nod my head. She mouths, What? And her eyes get wide. This is why I said you trouble, Summer. We both start laughing. Nah. Claudia told me she saw him come out his house with some bitch. Nigga did all that theatrical shit just to admit it to me. But he wants me to think he didn't fuck her? You think he'd do that, knowing how much he likes you? Niggas do what niggas do. Yeah, but that nigga was all about you. Then Shorty shouldn't have come out his house. I don't know if he did or didn't fuck Shorty. But I do know that nigga been mad mopey. You wasn't no nothing ass girl to him. So you called me for Tavior? I start to get a bit annoyed. Nah, I'm just saying. I don't know if you needed to know. He pauses. I guess to see if I'm going to reply or try to interject, but I don't. I stay quiet. I'm really off Tavior as a whole. But nah, I'm not trying to start no shit between you and Claudia. She told me you was always into me, not Tavior, and you wanted me to take your virginity. I almost dropped my phone. I'm really shocked to hear this, not because it's true, but because who makes up this kind of lie about someone who's supposed to be their best friend? She said, what? Before he can respond, I continue. First off, I never told her this. I've never even had a conversation about this. The most we've said is, yeah, Senna is cute, but I don't homie hop. And you called me because you thought it was true? My tone went from annoyed to a serious attitude. Nah, I called you because I thought the shit was bullshit, but I thought you should know. Based on how Tay talks about you, I knew it wasn't true. But I'm not sure what Claudia has up her sleeve or why she told you she saw Tay come out the house. Why you put your head on my leg? I cut off his ramble. Huh? Why did you put your head on my leg if you ain't believe her? Summer, I don't think you're a hoe. I don't really know why. I was drinking too. Not as much as Tay, but I was nice. My head was heavy. Anyone could have been sitting there. I didn't mean no harm by that. I stayed quiet a few seconds. Nah. Dead ass. Tay was at my door early about that. I don't try to holler at my niggas girls. His tone sounds genuine enough to make it believable. So I dropped my attitude. Okay, I guess. I just wanted you to know, be careful with Shorty. I think she got something against you. I don't know why, but I just do. Okay, thanks, I say. We hang up. Just as soon as I pressed the end and the button finished making the noise, Kiana was on it. Bitch, talk. No time to gather thoughts. Talk. I start laughing. I repeat everything we said on the phone to Kiana. She didn't interrupt one time and started to look angrier than I did. I knew it. I knew when she saw how much. She pauses and just sits and thinks to herself for a bit. I don't know how to feel. I break the silence. She could tell I was in thought, so she stayed quiet while looking at me attentively. Like, I want to feel like she was coming from a good place, but now, I don't know. Are you gonna ask her? I'm sitting here thinking about that too, because if she gives me the wrong answer, I'm gonna want to punch her in the face. We start laughing a bit. What's the wrong answer? If she gives me the least bit of sarcasm, that shit is turning into something else. And we all know Claudia isn't built like that. I don't want to be a bully. There is more silence for less than 20 seconds, and I pick up my phone to start dialing her number. I thought you didn't want to be a bully, Kiana says in a medium whisper. The phone rings out. I don't, but I want an answer. Just as I finish my statement, the phone rings back, and it's Claudia. Claude? Hey, Summy Sum Sum. I miss you. So, Sinner just called me. I brush off her happy tone and stall for some reaction. I wish we were in person at this point. Facial expressions never lie. If you catch someone by surprise, you'll know, regardless of how quickly they recover the expression. He did? To say what? I didn't know y'all exchanged numbers. I take a deep breath because I already see where this is going, and I'm starting to get angry. He said you gave him my number. Why? She starts this fake nervous laugh and gives this theatrical reply. Oh my god, he has such a big mouth. I just stay quiet. I look over at Kiana, and all she needs is popcorn with her eyes as wide as they are. She looks like she's waiting for a horror movie pop-out scene to happen. I assume she was waiting for me to giggle with her, but that wasn't happening. He told me how he liked you before Tavia did. And since you were single, I thought it was cool. You thought I'd start talking to Sinner now? Yeah, you're single. I don't know, girl. You don't love no nigga, remember? I didn't think you'd care much, Summer, to be honest. Why you sound mad? I take another deep breath, and keeping my composure is getting harder and harder. Why did you tell me about Tavia coming out his house with a girl? There's a really quick 5-second silence. I told you why. I saw him. So I told you because you're my friend. She pauses, then starts to speak again, but she sounds defensive and snappy. I know you're not about to blame me for him playing you. I start laughing. I got played, you got played. Guess we a bunch of board games, huh? The difference is I know when I need to bow out. And we all know how you do. Face down, ass up, huh? I snap back. Kiana damn near fell off the bed. Claudia remained quiet. You told Cynthia a bunch of lies in an attempt to make people think things about me or assume I'd be a homie hopping ass bitch so that Tavia hated me. People have been telling me to watch you. Watch you. I said nah. For what? Wow. Just wow. Been hearing you jealous because you want to matter to a nigga that don't care if you come or go. I never saw it, but that's okay. You bitches always worried about me and the nigga I'm with. That's your reply? Or start laughing. You really are simple. The nigga you with ain't even worried about you being with him. You think we give a fuck? Claudia started to speak and I cut her off. I'm good. I hang up. Kiana has been sitting there with her jaw dropped since the board games comment, which really made me laugh. Close your mouth, Key. I can't. Did you call that bitch a board game? Yo, she tried to say, I repeat the reasoning she gave me. Yeah, she was caught and she didn't have enough time to think of something to say. You know she's dumb because you're supposed to have your if I get caught convo saved in your head. Kiana had the straightest face and the most sincere tone, which makes me laugh even harder. Stop laughing, Summer. She did some mean shit. Bitches like her always lose. No sweat off my back. Yeah, but did she even see Tavia? I mean, he admitted it, so yeah, she did. She nods in agreement. But he was drunk. He wouldn't admitted to anything. Nah, he knows better than to admit to shit. My father would be very unimpressed. Kiana burst out laughing. You so stupid. I'm just saying, I say while laughing with her. Kiana is really one of the best friends anyone could have. I honestly love her so much. We sat there talking about everything for a while, and then she left because mom called and told her to come home already. Claudia tried to call me back quite a few times that night, but I didn't answer.